Let not my mind deny the thought of God. Let not your mind deny the thought of God. Welcome back, fam. Today we are going to be studying lesson 165 of A Course in Miracles. Now, to go ahead and preface this lesson, I will begin by saying denying the thought of God does not mean saying God is not real. Of course, that's a form of denial, but it happens in even more subtle ways that we are not aware of or we wouldn't recognize as denial. But a few ways of that would be believing that that person over there is guilty, or saying things along the line of I'm better than them, or I'm less than them, I don't have enough, I'm lacking a certain resource, or I'm lacking love, I I I'm just not worth it, I am not enough, or I don't have enough, or my current situation is not enough, or I am this body, believing you're a body. All those subtle thoughts and beliefs that me and you have on a daily basis are forms of denial, because virtually what you're saying whenever you believe that is, I am not as God created me. Whenever you believe that you're a body, you are virtually saying you're not as God created you, because God did not create this body. You made this body believing that you were separate from your source, and we are here undoing that belief. Whenever you look outside of yourself and you believe that that person's guilty, or you believe that guilt is real, you believe that guilt is something that you are, or you believe that you're lacking something or you're better than someone, those are all forms of separation. And again, virtually what you're saying is, I am not as God created me. And that's a form of denial. And the word denial here is very intentionally used, because you can deny truth or you can accept truth, but at the end of the day, it just is what is. So you can choose to either see what is and go in that direction, or go in the opposite direction, but you're not changing truth. So let's not deny the thought of God today. Now go ahead and pull up to today's lesson if you're not there already. If you don't got the book yet, PDF is in the description. Let's go ahead and begin. Lesson 165. Let not my mind deny the thought of God. What makes this world seem real except your own denial of the truth that lies beyond? What but your thoughts of misery and of death obscure the perfect happiness and the eternal life your Father wills for you? And what could hide what cannot be concealed except illusions? What could keep from you what you already have, except it your choice to see it not, denying it is there? That's powerful. One more time. What could keep you from what you already have, except your choice to see it not, denying it is there? That's powerful, because me and you already have it all. We are it all. We are one with all aspects of creation. And what could keep us from seeing that, except our choice not to see it, denying it is there? It is our choice to see love, or it is our choice to see fear. It is our choice to view and perceive the world with the eyes of Source or with the eyes of the ego. It's our choice. It's our choice to view situations that occur in our environment or in our world. It's our choice to view them as good or bad, this or that. We are the label maker here, labeling everything that happens to us. And what me and you are learning to do is to stop labeling and see it for what it really is, which is an extension of the oneness that me and you are a part of. That's all anything is, and anything other than that cannot be. There is only love, and everything that you see here is an extension of that love. There is nothing that does not come from that love. And whenever you are perceiving as if there is an opposing force of love, let's just say fear, and you believe that fear has a source, meaning there's a source of fear, that is an illusion, because fear is nothing. Fear is the absence of what is there, but it is nothing in itself. And we use this analogy a lot, but let's use light, for example. If we look at light, light is all there is, but darkness is just the absence of light. You don't walk in a room with a light on and say, let me turn on the dark ink switch, and it covers the room with the dark ink. No, it's just, let me turn the light off by resisting its power. But if I were not to resist the power of the light, there would be light. Meaning, if me and you were not to step in our own ways with our mind, if we were not to get in our own way and see illusions and fear and worry and doubt and focus on thoughts that are not in our best interest, if it wasn't for us doing that, all there would be this state of mind we're in now. Love, light, peace, happiness, joy. This is what is natural to the Son of God, which is me and you and everyone here. This is what is natural to the light of the world. Light. This peaceful and beautiful and outrageously joyous state of mind is natural. It is natural in nature. It is going to occur if you didn't get in the way of it. What happens so much though is we practice getting in our own way so much of the time that we believe that that's natural, and then whenever we get a little glimpse of us finally stepping away for a little bit and we get a true taste of happiness or peace, we are like, whoa, that was cool. We think that it was because of a situation that happened, or we believe that it was conditional upon some outside condition, and that is just not so. But because we gave that outside condition that meaning, now we believe that we are going to feel this way whenever we get the car or the money or the relationship or whatever outside condition that we put the meaning on. But let's stop labeling things and let's feel this way all the time, because it is possible. It is very easy once you get some momentum going and practice this enough times. It will be no effort at all because you are returning back to who you really are. This is who we really are. And whenever you don't feel this way, then you are getting in your own way. Whenever I don't feel the way that I'm feeling right now, I know, hold up, I am resisting what is natural to me, because if it wasn't for me right now, I would be in this peaceful, happy state of mind. And a good way to think about it is whenever you go to sleep, you release all resistance, and you are feeling this way. And whenever you wake up, you feel good. And then once that thought from yesterday comes to your mind and you start giving it attention again, then you start thinking about it, that gains more momentum, and then you get the negative ball rolling again. But if it wasn't for you thinking a thought that was in opposition to your source or to truth, you would feel this way. So let's not step in our ways today and forevermore. Let's stay where we're at right now in this state of mind. And of course, that may seem a little unrealistic to the person who has never practiced this and has practiced the opposite of this, but that is what we're here to undo. Me and you are here to undo any belief that is contrary to truth, to what we are, to who we are. And we'll know if we're thinking a thought that is contrary by the way we feel. If we think a thought that is in harmony with who we really are, we're going to feel good or better. If we think a thought that is not in harmony with who we really are, we are going to feel the illusion. We are going to feel worry, doubt, fear, etc. And that emotional guidance system that is within you is the best guidance that you should follow, the only guidance you should follow. So much of the time we look for guidance outside of ourselves, asking, what should we do? How should we do this? What do you think? This, and that. And we're asking for guidance outside of us, but we never look within to our own guidance. And if we were to look within, we are being given the answer 24/7 to any decision that we feel like we have to make. There's always the answer, and the answer is always going to be what feels best. What is the path of least resistance? Everything comes effortlessly in this world and easy whenever you begin to allow yourself to just be who you are. It's only whenever you believe that you're the ego, this self, and this little tiny s self of separation and of the illusion of believing you're a body, that you believe that you need to make something happen and effort is required. But whenever you know who you really are, then you know that you are going to be led to take inspired action that actually feels thrilling and exciting. And as a result of you taking that action, and especially from the state of mind, you are going to feel outrageous joy, first of all, and you are going to receive outrageous results in this world. And it's going to come so much more easy than if it were being done from a low state of mind. So the more we embody this being that we are right now, the more we embody our natural state of being, everything works out perfectly. And whenever we don't embody our natural state of being, whenever we're identifying with the ego and the body, everything is still working out perfectly, because that's just how things go around here. But we're not going to be able to perceive that because we are viewing through the eyes of the ego. We are perceiving life through the eyes of the ego, not through the eyes of source. And that is what we have to get through our minds. the way we feel is letting us know how we are doing in every single moment. The thought of God created you. It left you not, nor have you ever been apart from it an instant. It belongs to you. By it you live. It is your source of life, holding you one with it, and everything is one with you because it left you not. Now, I'm going to press pause right there real quick, and I want to use an analogy that will help this make more sense if it doesn't already. So, you are a thought of God. You are an idea of God. God is this pure, powerful, positive source energy that we discuss, and it creates through extending its being, meaning love created me like itself. Love created me lovely. Happiness created me happy. Joy created me joyously. Abundance created me abundantly, etc. All the attributes that you would give to God are a part of you because God creates through extension, meaning you are an extension literally of what you call God. Now, if that is a little too hard to wrap your head around, or anyone for that matter to wrap their head around, an analogy that I believe will help make more sense is whenever in this world, us as humans, that's such a funny term, us as humans, okay, we give birth in this world and we have another human. It's not like you're going to give birth to an animal or you're going to give birth to an alien. You are going to give birth to something like you because you're creating, your child is literally an extension of you. And a good way to put this is, let's just say your DNA, right? The DNA that you have in this world, in this body, that DNA is going to be the same DNA in the child. And although the child could grow up, and let's just say they grow up and they believe that you're not there, you guys get separate or whatever, that child is still your child because the DNA is in that child. The child cannot remove its DNA strands and make itself a completely different being that is nothing like the mother or father. It is literally encoded with the mother and father's DNA in this world. Same thing with me and you on a larger scheme of things. In the larger scheme of things, God has that God DNA. It is what is in everything that we see. Now, God creates through extension and created me and you, and we are as God created us. And although we forgot that and we could deny that from time to time, we cannot not be what God created. It's like saying my mom gave birth to me. My mom and my dad in this world gave birth to this body that you see. And then I'm like, you know what? And they're not my source, they're not my parents, and I try ripping my DNA strands out, trying to be a completely different being. That sounds insane, and it's pretty foolish to believe that you could do that. And you would see how that wouldn't work. It is just your being. They created you, they created me through extending their essence. I am an extension of my parents in this world, and so is everybody else. Now, one more time for the redundancy so that way we can stick this in our minds. Same thing with God. That is all we are, is an extension of that powerful essence that we call God. And denying that you are that extension and trying to believe that you are anything other than that is kind of like you trying to rip out the DNA of who you really are, which is something you are incapable of doing. So I hope that analogy kind of clicked and shows somebody who doesn't see what we're discussing right now how foolish it would be to believe that you are anything other than what God created. Me and you are love and light, and we are this regardless of if we're aware of it or not. But most people are not aware of that. Most people believe they're the body and they are believing what their body senses are telling them, and they have made this tiny little self image that is blocked off from the rest of the world, caged in its own little tiny island, apart and separate from all aspects of creation and all that is. And they believe this is who they are. Better than, less than, worse than, don't have enough, have more than, I'm more than you of this, or I'm less than you of this. I'm better than you because of this worldly possession, or I'm less than you because you have something that I don't have. All these illusions right here. Everything in the world is an illusion, and having something in this world will not make you better than or less than, because at the core of your being, we are all one here, and the thing that you believe is making you better than or less than is an illusion. It's like having a hologram right here, and saying, look at this shiny thing I have right here, I'm better than you, but I'm swiping through it and it's not really there. It's an illusion. So although this world things are hard and they're dense here and these bodies are dense here, that is just the plane that we are living on. But just understand that whenever you release attachment and identity with everything of this world, you are free, because now you know that you are no longer this body. You are not limited in any way, and you are still and always have been and forever will be as God created you. You have never been this tiny little self image you thought you were. I have never been this tiny little self image that I thought I was. And as long as I give attention to that and flow my life force through extending my essence to uphold this belief, it is going to remain true, but only in my mind, but not true in truth, not true in reality, just true in the illusion, true in the dream. And we had an extended conversation on this yesterday. Whenever you are flowing your attention to anything, whether it is good or bad, or whatever you deem it as, you are making more and more and more of that. It is getting larger and larger. More thoughts are made available to you in relation to that thought you're thinking. Meaning, if you're thinking a negative thought and you hold that thought for a good amount of time, it is going to start gathering more thoughts like it through via law of attraction, if you will. It is going to make more thoughts of that negative energy more easy for you to think. And a good way of putting this is, if you've ever had a conversation with somebody before and you were mad at something or you were complaining to them about something, both of you could keep going back and forth and complaining about things that happened years ago that you wouldn't even remember if you were not in the vibrational vicinity of that complaining and the negative emotion. Meaning, me and you in this state of mind right here are in peace, we are in joy. And if I try to talk to you about negative things that happened in my past, I can't even think thoughts of that nature right now, because it is just irrelevant for me to go back that way. And the reason why I'm flowing so good right now with the words that I'm using to convey the message that we're discussing here is because I'm in the vibrational vicinity of these words, of this knowledge, of this intention, of this energy, of this frequency, which means that other like-minded thoughts are made available to me right now that I could just pick up from thin air and speak them and find the word equivalent to that vibration and express that vibration through words in this world. And same thing with whenever you're negative, whenever you're in a bad mood, you are in the vibrational vicinity of that bad mood, and more thoughts like that are going to be made available to you, which means you're going to be able to pick up thoughts from thin air of, this person did this person did that, this is not good, I don't like that, and it's going to come so easy to you. And if someone like me and you were to go to that person who's having a bad day and show them, look, there's an easy thought right here, just pick a good thought, you are love, you are light, they are not going to be able to comprehend what we're discussing, because they're nowhere near the vibrational vicinity of what we're discussing here. They're not in the vicinity energetically of what we're discussing here, meaning it's going to be much easier for them to pick up a negative thought than a thought of the ones that we are thinking right now, because they are closer to that energy than they are here. And whenever you learn how to think in terms of where you are in relation to who you really are, then you'll know what type of thoughts that are being made available to you right now. And whenever me and you are flowing right now on a high state like this, we have thoughts that are easy for us to pick up from the ether, if you will, from the field, whatever it is that you want to call it, from the mind of God. Me and you right now are having a great conversation because we're both in flow state. And now we have created a mastermind, meaning my mind alone is this one, your mind alone is that one, but me and you put together right now have created an entirely new mind that we wouldn't be able to think thoughts from that mind if it wasn't for me and you having this conversation right now. So right now, me and you are having a mastermind, and our minds put together right now are allowing us to think thoughts that we wouldn't be able to think if we were not having this conversation individually. So just keep everything that we said in mind. This is some powerful information to know, and whenever you're in this state, you feel inspired to take action. Now you're being receptive to good ideas. This is where all the good ideas are. Right now, I could pick up good idea thoughts from thin air because we're in the vicinity of them. Whenever you're trying to make something happen, do you see that energy? You're trying to make something happen. You're trying to make it happen, implying I don't have it right now. It's not here right now. It's not here right now. It's not happening right now. That is going to be the frequency you are transmitting and receptive to, meaning you're only going to be able to pick up thoughts like that. And those thoughts are going to be, go take physical action, go do this, go do that, go make something happen. That's the type of thoughts you're going to receive when you're in that energy. But whenever you're here like we are now, we have good ideas. Go write that down. Go do this. Go type this in the database. Go write down these numbers in the business. Go text this person. Go say this and text this person these words. Go call this person, and you're going to have these amazing ideas because you could pick them up from here. This is like me and you staying on track with our GPS. Me and you right now have a goal, and that goal is to be who we really are. And our goals that we have set in this world of having a certain amount of money or a certain relationship or whatever it is that we desire in this world, since we're in alignment with them right now, the thoughts that are going to help us get there as quick as possible, we are receptive to, because our source is literally being the fullest that we are. And whatever we launched vibrationally, desires, whatever we have given birth to desire-wise in this world, meaning I experience what I don't want, now I know more clearly what I do want, and you launch that rocket of desire, and let's just say that happened 2 months ago. Your source, who you really are, your inner being, if you will, is being that. And right now, me and you are being that right now because we are in alignment. There is no resistance in our mind that is causing us to be separate from who we really are. Right now, in this moment, we are one with who we really are, and we are being guided right now on the action steps to take in this world to help us get from where we are in this world to where we want to be in this world. Although we're already there, and in the mind right now, we're already there. Like, we have everything we want right now. We are perfection. We are whole. We are love. We are light. It is all happening right now. There's nothing that we are lacking right now. However, it hasn't fully manifested in the physical world yet, which is why me and you being receptive to what to do next is very important right now, because now we can be receptive of go do this, go do that, and it's going to feel like inspired action. We're not going to feel like we have to do it. We're going to actually want to do it because it feels like the path of least resistance, and actually doing that thing is going to be what causes that manifestation, if you will, to come about in the physical. And it is all because me and you were in the state of mind to receive the next logical step of how to get there. And we can't do that if we are sleeping, identifying with the body, that sad little foolish story that we tell ourselves. Who would want to be there when you can experience what we're experiencing now? I'm sure if someone knew that this was possible to experience 24/7, they would do anything in their power to remain here. And I'm sure that we are those individuals. Me and you know that we can stay here all the time, and we're going to practice and practice and practice this state of mind, because this is who we really are. This is why we feel so good. This good feeling that me and you are feeling right now is an indicator letting us know that, yo, you are in vibrational vicinity of who you really are. You are being and embodying your true essence, your source. You are being that which you call God. Now, whenever you're not being this, then you're going to feel very terrible. And we don't want to feel that way. So let's not do that, because it is needless and it is unnecessary. Let's continue. It is your source of life, holding you one with it, and everything is one with you because it left you not. The thought of God protects you, cares for you, makes soft your resting place, and smooth your way, lighting your mind with happiness and love. Eternity and everlasting life shine in your mind, because the thought of God has left you not, and still abides with you. Who would deny his safety and his peace, his joy, his healing and his peace of mind, his quiet rest, his calm awakening, If he but recognized where they abide, would he not instantly prepare to go where they are found, abandoning all else as worthless in comparison with them? And having found them, would he not make sure they stay with him and remain with them? That is what me and you are doing now, what we just got finished discussing. Me and you know that this is where our power is, where our salvation is, if you will, where our happiness is, where who we really are is. This is where we want to be. And we know this so much and we value this state of mind so much because we understand the importance of it, that we will accept nothing less than this. However, there are individuals out there, which is the majority of the world, who want to feel this way that we're feeling right now, and they believe that the only way to feel this way is to find it outside of themselves, in relationships, in sex, in material possessions, in all those things outside of yourselves. And again, those things are not bad at all. They are very thrilling and they are very exciting, and we want to experience all those things. Whatever it is that you desire, there is nothing wrong with having that desire in this world, but because those people believe that they need that in order to feel the way that we're feeling right now unconditionally, that is the condition that needs to be met in order for them to feel this way. And they're going to realize that whenever they get it, they're only going to temporarily feel this way, if at all, and then it's going to subside because it is not built on any strong foundation. It is built on an illusion. It is built on nothingness. Now, me and you are looking for it where it really is, which is internally, and we have found it. And others are looking for it outside of themselves because they value things of this world. They value things of this world so much that they believe that that is where their happiness lies. And what is the problem with that there is, first of all, it is nothing. It is meaningless. It is neutral. We've talked about this in the early lessons. It doesn't mean nothing. They gave it all that meaning. Me and you have given everything we see all the meaning that it has for us. And whenever we do that and we attach ourselves to this possession, then whenever something happens to it, like it gets destroyed or lost or stolen or taken, or for some reason we are just no longer with it because of some outside condition, let's just say something happens to that thing, we are going to feel torn apart. We are going to feel like a part of us has been ripped away, and it has, because we've been flowing all our life force to uphold the belief that this thing is valuable, that whenever the symbol of what we have flowed so much energy to has gotten taken from us, we literally feel like a part of us has left, and that causes you to feel powerless, and it causes you to feel like shit. And we're not going to feel that way no more. We are going to do what we intended to do before we stepped in these bodies, which was to understand that we are here to feel outrageous joy 24/7 and experience this beautiful world that we are a part of, and all aspects of it. All aspects of this world is just another way of saying aspects of ourself. Me and you, who are source, are here to experience those people and those things which are also source, because there is one which is source, and it bursts out into the many, which looks like trees, people, situations, circumstances, events, possibilities. It all projects out in many different forms. And I'm over here, it appears like, in this world, and the car that I want and desire is over there, it appears like, in this world. But whenever you tune into the recognition that it is one with you, because at the core of your being, you are all it. We are all one. It is all happening now. There is no time. Time is a belief that you made. Space is a belief that you made. Me and you believe in those very strong beliefs that are shared amongst the majority of the population. And whenever we release those beliefs and understand that the Son of God is free, and me and you are love and light, we are spirit, we are not the body, we are free, we are limitless, then we can go way beyond this body. We can go way beyond space and time and whatever other limitations you have imposed on yourself, because knowing who you really are. That's the power of knowing who me and you really are. There is nothing that we are lacking here. Let's never forget this. And having found them, would he not make sure they stay with him, and he remain with them? Deny not heaven. It is yours today. It is yours today, but for the asking. Nor need you perceive how great the gift, how changed your mind will be before it comes to you. Ask to receive, and it is given you. Conviction lies within it. Till you welcome it as yours, uncertainty remains. Yet God is fair. Sureness is not required to receive what only your acceptance can bestow. Ask with desire. You need not be sure that you request the only thing you want, but when you have received, you will be sure you have the treasure you have always sought. What would you then exchange for it? What would induce you now to let it fade away from your ecstatic vision? For this sight proves that you have exchanged your blindness for the seeing eyes of Christ. Your mind has come to lay aside denial and accept the thought of God as your inheritance. Now is all doubting past, the journey's end made certain, and salvation given you. Now is Christ's power in your mind to heal as you were healed. For now you are among the saviors of the world. Your destiny lies there and nowhere else. Would God consent to let his son remain forever starved by his denial of the nourishment he needs to live? Abundance dwells in him, and deprivation cannot cut him off from God's sustaining love and from his home. Practice today in hope, for hope indeed is justified. Your doubts are meaningless, for God is certain, and the thought of him is never absent. Sureness must abide within you who are host to him. This course removes all doubts which you have interposed between him and your certainty of him. We count on God and not upon ourselves to give us certainty, and in his name we practice his word directs we do. His sureness lies beyond our every doubt. His love remains beyond our every fear. The thought of him is still beyond all dreams and in our minds according to his will. Me and you have just remembered some very powerful stuff today. We are going to conclude the lesson right here. Let us not forget everything we discussed today. Let this be the only thing that consumes our mind today. Let us take action from this state of mind. Let us think thoughts from this state of mind. Let us be receptive to thoughts that are on this frequency. Let us stay here today. Let us not get distracted by triggers of this world that we still have meaning to. This is a good test for you to do today, and me, for whenever we go our separate ways, is we are going to stay here and we're going to practice and test how long can we stay in this state of mind. Let's test ourselves how long we can stay here. We're going to go our separate ways, and then we are going to stay conscious and aware, and we are going to kind of observe ourselves and see, oh crap, that thing over there just threw me off balance a little bit, which means that I still have some of my life force over there. I still have some meaning that I have given that outside condition that is causing me to get triggered and experience uncontrollable and irrational emotions. So you know what? Let me transmute that energy. Let me remove all my meaning from that outside condition over there, so that way if it occurs again, I have no charge to it, meaning it cannot affect me in any way. Nothing could affect me and you unless we allow it to. And anything that affects us, let's be aware of what that is, and let's remove all of our charge from that whatever it is that triggers you. Let's remove all our meaning from it, so that way next time it occurs, and the next time, next time, it can no longer have power over us, because we removed the trigger from the source, which was our belief and the life force, giving it the meaning which it wouldn't have if we were not giving it that meaning. Everything in this world is nothing. Me and you can experience all forms of creation to the fullest whenever we are here in this state of mind. Let's remain here, and me and you will meet here again tomorrow for lesson 166 of A Course in Miracles.